My people, what's going on, y'all? So look, we're gonna be talking about a massive deal in college football, man, as it pertains to five-star Felix Ojo. Now, this is pretty insane. Shout to Texas Tech. Last year they had a top 45 recruiting class, but they get to knock it out of the park getting Felix Ojo. And as y'all can see here, Ojo is the program's highest rated commit in history. And this is supposed to be a big year for the Red Raiders, right? They invested a lot of money into this offensive line. You know what I'm saying? They got their quarterback coming back as well. Some good playmakers. Defense should be better in 2025. So this team is supposed to take a major, major jump forward, to say the least, man. So this is a big get, and it's a signal to where the Red Raiders are obviously headed towards. Now, let's break down the contract. I'm not going to lie, y'all. This is definitely history making because you don't see things like this. And the crazy part is this contract is fully guaranteed, right? So when you think of the term fully guaranteed, we don't see that until like really professional leagues, NBA, MLB, NFL, so much more, right? But the fact that he got 3 years, 5.1 million, fully guaranteed contract for a high schooler. Obviously, he's going to be in college when he goes there, but for a high schooler, it's pretty insane. And he's already put ink to paper, to say the least, man. So it's interesting. It's very interesting. But my personal opinion, this is the new era of college football. But like I said before, I want the players to get paid. But at the same time, if you sign a contract like this, there are stipulations, there's obligations, you know what I'm saying, you have to fulfill, right? And I'm sure the players know that. But if you are the teams, you have to think about, okay, if we're giving you this 3-year deal, right, what if he wants to hit the transfer portal? Like, what does that entail, right? Does that fully seize the contract? Is there opt-outs? Like, that's going to be very important to think about, too, with these teams going forward. I know that's obviously down the line, but, hey, sometimes kids want to leave and see a better opportunity potentially for them. So it's going to be interesting to see how these contracts go because he's already getting – now, mind y'all, it's $20 million for the revenue share this upcoming season, right, for all the college football teams, you know what I'm saying, or all of, obviously, the teams across the NCAA, right? So he's getting $5 million. Ojo is getting a quarter, basically, of that revenue share, right? And now, mind you, this is just the offensive line. Remember now, rosters, they have to fill everything else out, right? Defense alignment, obviously just talking about offense alignment, quarterbacks, which is a very expensive position, wide receivers, running backs, DBs. Like, it's going to be really interesting to see, like, who gets these landmark deals moving forward. Obviously, big, pioneer, obviously, Ojo is because he's probably one of the first, to be able to land a deal like this in a new revenue sharing model. But it's going to be interesting to see over the course, like, okay, this 5-star, what type of contract does he agree to? This high-end 4-star, what's the contract details, for the program? And like I said, it's going to be interesting because it's going to have psyche issues too, because if you have a senior and he's not even making that kind of money, but then you have a true freshman coming in, a 5-star that's already making that money, could create some resentment issues, to say the least. So it's going to be interesting to see how these teams moving forward do these models. Obviously, congrats to Ojo. I don't think it's a bad thing, but it's going to be interesting to see how these teams move going forward, especially with this kind of money being thrown out with the new revenue sharing model for obviously these college players. But landmark deal, man. Crazy thing, Red Raider Nation. Hey, y'all holla at me. What do y'all think of this big deal? Obviously landing him $5 million is a lot, and it's fully guaranteed for 3 years. But hey, man, like I said, players wasn't making this kind of money way back in the day, so I'm happy for him. But it's gonna be interesting to see what the teams do moving forward, especially with just the stipulations like the opt-outs if they want to hit the transfer portal. You know what I'm saying? Different things like that. If they get injured, do they get still full access? Like, it's a lot to kind of resolve and go through. And it's going to be interesting to see, to say the least, how these kind of, get manufactured moving forward. But comment down below. New revenue sharing model deal for Felix Ojo. Do you guys think he's worth this amount of money? And will we see more landmark deals like this?